My name is Ray, and this is my nephew Kyle, and this is my mom. If you want, you guys can refer to her as Ray's mom. Today we are going to come to you with a review of Avengers number 14, which is a Fear Itself issue. Let's go ahead and talk about the cover real quick. Mom, what do you think of that cover?
I think it's neat.
It's awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and open this up. And what's your initial ideas about this this issue right here? Let's talk about these first initial panels. It sort of opens up with like sort of an interview going on. What do you think about that, Mom?
I thought it was very funny. I didn't realize comics were funny, which is funny because Raymond makes comic books, and every time I read one to edit it with them, if he says something funny in it, I go, well, what'd you put that for? Because I don't realize that there's actual comedy in comic books, so now I get it.
I thought that it did a good job getting to understand what the Avengers in this particular issue were really thinking, and really humanized them to bring the emotions out.
Yeah, I agree.
This comic has a lot of action in it. The first couple pages have dialogue in it, and then you get to this page, which really shows just the war that's happening in the Fear itself. And then there's some more areas where there's actual dialogue. But after this right here, it really just starts an all-out fight between the Thing right there and the Red Hulk. And what did you think of the actual sequences of the fighting? All right, Kyle, I'm putting this away before you mess it up.
Well, since I don't read comic books except for Raymond's, I wouldn't have got any of those pictures if Raymond hadn't been like telling me each frame, each comic, what was happening.
No, I think that this book did a really good job of actually framing up the fight scene. I mean, anyone who reads comics knows that you can't put everything in there.
Key sentence. Everyone who reads comics, all you dorks out there who read comics, got it. I didn't get it. I just thought, like, the author ran out of things to say or something.
This is Brian Michael Bendis. He never runs out of things to say.
Well, he must have. What wasn't just things that you look at and just assume what's happening was they put advertisements in there. I mean, I think there's a Nike ad in there or something. It's ridiculous. That cost $4, that magazine, and there was at least.
It is a book, not a magazine.
It's a comic. It's a
comic what?
A child's plaything.
Comic what?
Something you read on the toilet.
It's a comic book. Hey, they say that the best comic books can be read during number 2.
Exactly, for $4.
So basically, this whole comic book is really just a big final battle, if you will, between the Red Hulk and the Thing, as the Thing's trying to destroy everything. And I think it's very well done. What did you think of the actual artwork, besides being able to follow it? What did you think of just like the pictures?
Oh, I really like the artwork, because remember, I even told you, this isn't like your Archie comics back in the 60s when we used to read. Oh, the artwork's incredible.
Alright, and Kyle, what did you think?
What did you think, Kyle?
He smiled. He liked it. He liked it a lot. He tried to grab it, but then I slapped him.
Did not. Kyle liked it too.
Alright, so overall, what would you give the comic book out of 10?
I like the comic book. I like the story.
Anyways, read the comic. It's a good comic. It's a good 7, I would say. It's much better than your average comic, I think.
It's worth your 2 minutes of reading time. Aren't we going to say what happened at the end?
If you want to.
The hammer kills him.
No,
he's dead.
The Thing.
Yeah, the Thing. He had a hammer.
The Thing had a hammer.
Yeah.
And
see, he tried to. You didn't really tell what the story's about.
The story's about a fight between the Red Hulk and the Thing.
Because of what he was going to do. The Thing wanted this building, to tear down this building.
No, Thing did
to destroy. Well, he did, but he was trying to stop him.
Right.
And he didn't succeed.
But even after the building fell,
the Thing
the
killed
Hulk
him.
kept fighting.
I bet you, because the story, because Ray told me what the real story is, I bet you the Hulk comes back as a bad guy, like the Thing. That's
I
what's
don't
gonna
know
happen.
how many hammers have been distributed yet. So, for those of you that don't know, what's going on in the Marvel Universe right now is something called Fear Itself, where Sin, who was the original, is the daughter of the Red Skull, came back and raised this Asgardian god of fear. And then he summoned these hammers to, like, go after his chosen people. So, like, now the Hulk's got a hammer, and Juggernaut's got a hammer, and the Thing's got a hammer, and Absorption Man's got a hammer. And those are the only 4 I can think of right now, and I thought there were 7 hammers. So there might be a couple more hammers out there. Maybe I don't read everything that's associated with it, so I might have missed a few hammers. But it would suck if the Red Hulk got a hammer as well. That wouldn't be good.
Well, you didn't tell them the funniest part.
Oh, this comic book begins with the Red Hulk going up to the Thing and telling him to drop his hammer and that he's under arrest. And the Thing replies, "Do you really think that's going to happen?" And the Hulk says, "I had to ask." And then this big old fight scene starts that takes the rest of the comic book, basically. And at the end of the comic, when the Hulk's just completely defeated, sitting there bleeding, and the Thing's holding him in his hand, and he's holding the hammer, and he tells him to beg for his life. And the Hulk says, "Do you really think that's going to happen?" And then the Thing tells him, "I had to ask," before he smashes him, which is what sets him up as dying, but it's a comic book, so I doubt he's dead. But it's what sets him up.
Okay, that was pretty funny too. But that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about when you teared up. When the Hulk died, he teared up. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Dorks.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. She just doesn't understand.
Dorks.